We always kind of like to look back at history, and I like to tell people this is the single greatest single elimination basketball tournament in the country.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, best single elimination tournament ever, I think.
Well, yeah, because what happens, everybody has a chance. So, my cousin's Mike Grimm, and he made a comment about Minnesota when I asked about their chances, to get into the tournament, which doesn't look good. He said, well, if you have a chip in a chair, you got a chance. So I was in, right? They got a chip in a chair.
That's right.
And
you're at the table.
We could make a nice run. But I had someone ask me the other day, they said, when did people start doing brackets? When did this start? And so you look back, and I had you go do the homework on when people started what we now call as bracketology.
Yeah, so according to the Smithsonian on their website, there's a bar in Staten Island that started the first tournament, bracket filling out tournament in 1977. I don't know if you ended up, I got down a little rabbit hole reading about this bar, so I don't know if you read any of this, but the last few years they got in trouble with like a bunch of tax things because they're giving out these huge prizes. Well, all the way back to when they started, none of their winners had ever claimed any of this prize money on their taxes. So that was kind of I'm watching a video about it, and then I got down this sidebar. So that was kind of interesting too. But yeah, so 1977 is when it started, and the NCAA tournament started in 1939. So it's been going on a long time, and I guess 40 years people have been gambling on the March Madness tournament.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop. In fact, I was thinking about this the other day, and I know the last few episodes we've talked a lot about how there's kind of a gambler's mentality with people in the market, and I feel like more people in general are gambling today than ever before, whether it's on sports, on investments. And I started to think, what's different now versus 3 years ago? And I don't know if there's any validity to this, but in the last 12 months in Iowa, 12 to 24 months, we've legalized daily fantasy sports. You now have a sports book at the local casinos. And I don't know if this is what's kind of popularizing this gambling, because I feel like 10 years ago, if you told somebody you gambled, it wasn't like, you weren't hiding from it, but it was almost kind of like poo-poo to say, oh yeah, I'm going to the casino, where now you're getting on your phone and you're gambling. So I actually think that the gambling movement's picking up because of the availability of technology to do this. I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think that we're rapidly accelerating because of some of the things that have changed in the last 24 months.
Yeah. Well, and that brings up a good point. So last year, if you think about it, March Madness being taken away because of COVID, that might have kind of been the first domino in some of the things we're seeing in our industry now, with there's some more like Robin Hood trading and some more speculative gambling. And, one thing we've talked about in the office, just kind of a theory of ours, is sports gambling being taken away from people may have helped kind of push people into the stock market and doing some things that they weren't doing before, because it's readily available to everyone.
Right. Well, and people probably started getting in there, and then, Robin Hood was the lighter fluid on the fire because it's free, it's easy, it's fun, kind of gamified. But